Yeah, that's conflict, right? So I think teams, do tend to avoid hard conflict. Not all the time, and not in every situation, but I think sometimes you think about the core of like how is conflict defined, and I think the word itself, right? I think just naturally the tendency is to think about things that are wrong or bad. And the reality is, right, conflict is about this continuum. And we've learned, Patrick Lencioni has articulated this conflict continuum in some of the work that he's done in his past. And a little bit about how there's this spectrum of sort of artificial, right, conflict, and on this continuum to sort of really destructive, conflict. And so artificial looks like, everybody's smiling and nodding but sometimes we're not hearing what's actually on people's minds. The team maybe isn't feeling as open or as valued or included to bring their ideas to the forefront, to challenge, to ask questions for clarity. And so that can be just as sort of not good for a team as the other end of that spectrum, where there is destructive conflict. And that's, of course, where people are sidebarring, meetings after meetings, nodding in alignment, and then back talking, if you will, along the strategy, or being just completely sort of disrespectful or dismissive within a group environment. And so that's no good either. The idea on the conflict continuum is to try to bring that towards the middle, where you've got this trust, accountability, and ownership within a team built. And that is not a one-time event, right? It's something that lives and breathes and moves throughout your team. In particular, leadership teams that, roles change, people come in new, people change, roles change, strategy changes, as we know, things outside of our control change. And so that disrupts this continuum along the way. And so how do you think through that with your teams to just sometimes take a step and say, where do we feel like we are right now on this continuum? And what do we need to do to be closer towards the middle? So that we're finding that right tension. And then if we flip towards the other side, how do we bring it back? So it's about awareness and trust at its core, right? If you have that trust established within your team, you're then able to think through that conflict and how you can best manage it within.